marketing strategy is one of those things as a business owner that you know you need, but you actually have no idea how to put it together. So, in this very brief 10-minute episode, I am going to share with you my top tips in creating your own marketing strategy that's going to get you to where you want to be until you can afford to bring in an expert. Unless, of course, you are a marketing strategist. But remember, we can't read the label when we're inside the jar. So, this is my opportunity to give to you the way that you can zoom out and look at your marketing strategy in a way that feels good for you, even if you're an expert in marketing. My name is Claire Hill. I'm a self-belief and business coach, and you have arrived at No Rest for the Vivid Business podcast. I am so grateful you are here. Thank you very much for choosing me to stick in your ear holes. I am really, really, really grateful. Do you know that for a very long period of my life, I thought that ear holes were ear rolls? Ear rolls. Anyone else? Probably a Kent thing. Ear rolls, not ear holes. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for putting me in your ears. I'm very grateful. And if you haven't already subscribed or followed wherever you watch or listen, please do so. And if you've got a spare couple of seconds, can you tap some stars and give me a review, please? I'm very well impressed that that's just come out in one fell swoop. Sometimes I do these podcasts and I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm like, that's the way. That's the game. That is the game. So welcome, my love. We are talking marketing strategy today. I'm just going to teach you a really bare bones thing about something I teach inside the Vivid Business Club. So Vivid Business Club is a membership that I create. It's a coaching membership. So that means there's a lot of support, coaching support to get you to where you want to be. But there was a full blown ass course in there. It's called the Warrior Boss Academy, and it takes you through my Warrior Boss method. Now, before I tell you about the Warrior Boss method and talk to you about the marketing strategy, I want to tell you about why I talk about Warrior Boss. The reason I use the word warrior is because as a business owner, we are all warriors. You are a warrior. I am a warrior. And I bet that the captions are bringing me up saying warrior, but we are all warriors. And the reason that we are warriors is that we have to have the ability to be resilient, to bounce back, to understand that our no's are taking us closer to our yeses, to learn about our identity, to keep looking at ourselves and keep going, because running a business is hella tough. And so are we, just like warriors. So I love this identity of being a warrior. And like every single time I have a knockback, I'm just putting another piece of armor on because I am so tough and I'm fierce. And I just want this so much because I was born for this. I was born for the battle of entrepreneurship and I love it. I love it. Now, I think it's only on fellow entrepreneurs and business owners that get that understand that you love it even though it's tough. Because there are some people out there that don't want to do it because it's tough. We choose to do this. We get to do this as warrior bosses. So that's why it's called the Warrior Boss Method. The Warrior Boss Method goes through 4 very simple things that help you to build your magically successful business with unstoppable self-belief. First up, first layer is protecting your energy. Fundamental. Always first. Next is your vision and biz strategy. We look at where you want to head, how you're going to get there, and what the plan is to get you there to where you want to be. Number 3 is all about money making attitude. I love money and money loves me and it loves you too. Let's let some more into our lives. I really believe that money is only one form of energy, but I'm going to teach you in the Warrior Boss Academy, which is inside of the membership, to embrace a money making attitude, to know that you are a money maker and that you can attract it. You can basically make money out of thin air. I teach you how to in the course. And then number 4 is getting focused as fuck, because you might have all the plans, you've got the money attitude, you've got all the energy in the right place, but you've got to get that shit done. So I teach you how to get really focused as well. And all of that is in, as well as a bonus chapter, all about really specific things around doubt. That is all waiting for you inside the Vivid Business Club. You can join at any time. So one of the lessons in the chapter 2, which is all about vision and biz strategy, is marketing strategy. And I remember I used to get really confused about marketing strategy. I read lots of books and I understood that there was all about what are your brand values, blah, 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 blah. And it used to spin me out, I'll be honest, really spin me out. And I used to get really confused. And if things are going to spin me out, I'm not going to do them. I don't know about you, but I remember, sorry, I'm getting a right fidget bum because my legs, I've realised in my new office, my chair and my desk, basically my desk can go lower. And so this desk can't go low enough. So my feet will never touch the ground. And even though I've got a foot thing now, I might be all right now, but I just get so uncomfortable. I didn't realise how uncomfortable it was here. Anyway, I'm very sorry. Just got on for a tangent. I'm comfy now. So marketing strategy. So I remember even learning about funnels and just thinking, oh God, funnels are so like they spin me right out. And then I just understood that a funnel is something comes in the top and goes down the bottom. If you've got an Instagram, if you've got a social media account and you're making sales, you've got a funnel. That's it. Like you can tweak the funnel, you can make it more lucrative and, higher value orders and average value orders and all of that stuff. And you can make it slick and automated. Brilliant. But basically everyone has a funnel. So that's one little myth debunked. If you're sitting there going, what the fuck is a funnel? Well, there you go. I like an hourglass though, which is also linked to pricing ladders and ascension models, which I did a podcast episode about a little while ago. I have an hourglass hourglass funnel. Okay, let's go back to marketing strategy. So I had this training. I can't remember what the guy's name was, but I changed what he taught me anyway, so it won't make a difference. But he inspired me to break down a marketing strategy and look at problems, like what problems do you solve? And then I went to, and I laid it all out and it wasn't feeling very good. And then I went to see my mentor, Roger, and I was like, Roger, like, what do you reckon about this? And it's so good. Like, this is why having a coach or a mentor is so, so impactful, because you get to zoom out and talk with somebody else about your business. Oh, God. Oh, the capacity you get from that is amazing. Obviously, you know that I'm a coach. I'm full up, but I'm just saying, like, put me on your wish list. So when I was looking at this marketing strategy formula and everything that I learn, I always like, right, how can I reteach this? Or how can I, if I'm putting this into my business, how am I then going to translate it into something that the Vivid Business Club is going to understand or my clients are going to understand and be able to implement? So I put it down and then he was like, it really shouldn't be about the problems. It should be about the opportunity. And I was like, oh, okay, mic drop. I love this. So the big thing for you to focus on is what opportunity does your business deliver better than anybody else? Whether your jewelry, product, lessons, your service based, social media, content creation, accountant, bookkeeper. God, I'm trying to think of all the people, PT, tutor, all of the things. What opportunity do you give to your dream buyers better than anybody else? Now I'm going to talk about an example of a client. She's in my mastermind, Embody Mastermind. I know she listens, so you're going to know who this is when you hear in a minute. She's a bookkeeper and she has ADHD. And actually, by the time this episode goes out, we might have already done some work on this inside the mastermind. But she really wants to support more people with ADHD because she's nailed it. She's nailed the strategy around bookkeeping and all about finance strategy because she helps you plan your finances, right? She does it with you. She couldn't be built better for people with ADHD than anything else. So what is the opportunity that she gives to people, her dream buyers, better than anyone else? She understands the challenges of bookkeeping that you have when you've got ADHD. She understands that you're going to get bored and that you're not going to want to do it and you're going to get overwhelmed by the numbers and it's all going to feel too much. She understands that because she had that and she mastered it because she's trained. She's an expert. She actually won Bookkeeper of the Year 2024. Which I say at every opportunity. But so that's the opportunity that she gives better than anybody else. With my business, what do? I deliver you unstoppable self-belief. Better than anybody else in the planet, I reckon. I can teach you how to believe in yourself to unstoppable ways. How do I do that? So when you have your opportunity, you then split it into 3, 4, or 5, if you want to, pillars. So this is where people talk about pillars. Pillars are just basically people will say the pillars are educational content, entertainment or edutainment or blah, 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 inspire, like, all right, you can do all of the things, okay? But something that's going to be entertaining to you may not be entertaining to somebody else, or education to one person, education to someone else. And you're going to get stuck on like, oh God, there's not enough value. I need to tell it. Oh, don't get stuck around it. Just what is the opportunity you deliver and how do you do it? How do you do that in 3, 4, 5 ways? Think about the different themes that you deliver in your content. Like, so for me, my my opportunity that I deliver is unstoppable self-belief. How do I do that? My Warrior Boss method. Well, there's my 4 pillars. Bum, done. Bum, 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 done. Done. On a basic, like, if I'm delivering, that is what I am doing for my clients. I am delivering the opportunity of unstoppable self-belief through the Warrior Boss method. What do I do my content about? Bang, bang, bang. Now, the other best thing about it, and literally that's the strategy, by the way, and I want you to think of it as like a flow chart. So you start with the opportunity, which is then split into 3 ways that you do that, or 3, 4, 5 ways. Then for each of those pillars, you think of 3 content ideas from that. So for example, the opportunity is unstoppable self-belief. One of the ways I deliver that is to teach you how to protect your energy. And one of the ways I teach you how to protect your energy is to create your warrior energy toolkit. So I'm going to do some content about that. Another way is how your nervous system is associating a story and a meaning to a feeling. So it's making it out loud. Or how I talk about what the definition of unstoppable self-belief is comes into there. They're all different things about content. Now, then you can lead that into an offer. So, for example, if you're a jewelry designer, an opportunity that you give, I'm thinking of a Vivid Business Club member right now, she creates jewelry using crystals. The opportunity she gives is a really beautiful meaning to that jewelry, as well as healing properties. How does she do that? Well, she's got these bespoke pieces that have healing because of energy levels, for example. Like, say she was there's one that she works with all the time. I think it's like amethyst. Oh, I've forgotten the meaning of amethyst. I reckon she's listening to this going, it's nice. But she can do content about the different meaning of the content of the crystals, why they're important, what are their healing properties in her content. So we start with the opportunity that you deliver better than anybody else. We go to 3 to 4 or 5 pillars of how you deliver that opportunity, and then break each of those pillars down into 3 to 5 contents. Then you've literally got, if you do 5 and 5, you've got a lot. You've got all these different content ideas. You create different kinds of content. You can have one topic with a reel, an email, a carousel, a Instagram story, all of that. And suddenly you have like literally 100 pieces of content that all sell your offers. And your offers, which is a whole other podcast, because I've looked at the time and I've gone over the 10 minutes and I do apologize. All of those offers need to link back to that one opportunity. That offer, that product, that service that you deliver gets them part or all of the opportunity that only you get to give them. Now, that was a really whistle stop podcast episode. If you're like, shit in hell, Claire, I'm fuzzed up my brain. How can I learn more about this? Get yourself in the Vivid Business Club. Get yourself into that membership and do the course so that you can feel empowered and you know how to sell your shit and make some money around here, because we bloody love a bit of money. Okay. Oh, I'm going to wrap up, but I'm a little bit out of breath for that one. If you've got any questions, you know where I am, but get yourself in the membership so I can help you. Okay. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. Written, produced and hosted by Claire Hill, and music has been composed by my brother, Phil Vick.